Once again, it stands at 9.8%, and soon it will be 10, and we're in Obama's prison. We're underneath his curse, and he ain't doing nothing but making things far worse. Jobs are disappearing, Obama, he don't mind. He'd rather ruin healthcare and leave us in a bind. Yes, we're in Obama's prison, where socialism rules, and the government is run by a bunch of liberal fools.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Johnny. That's not fair. I, Barack Obama, understand the problems with our economy.
Yeah, you should. You're responsible for most of them.
Johnny, I don't know what you're talking about. My policies, like cap and trade, will get American industry moving.
Yeah, to other countries.
And what about my stimulus bill?
Hey, Barack, stimulate this. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, never trust a Marxist. Now we've elected one, and I knew we had it coming. I know we can't be free when the Democrats are wrecking our economy. My name is Sue. How do you do?
I don't know. Yeah, okay. I don't know who that is, but suddenly I'm a Johnny Cashless fan.
Johnny rules.
Were you able to hear that, Christy?
I was. It just took me a moment to get my coffee, and it's really delicious, by the way.
I'm still working on my project for Liberty Villages. I'm trying to bring the ranchers and the veterans together. You know, I came up with this idea, and we're broadcasting again the second half here. This will be up on YouTube. My guest is ChristieCzajkowski, a lady that's been tried to take up active part. Tried to do something, got involved with the same people I've interviewed on this show, people like Chris Simcox, whose political career kind of took a nosedive. Go figure. What started this? We've talked about what started it. We've talked about what brought you under attack. Now, what are they charging you with? How did they? And tell us how they did that. How did they?
Okay, so the kidnapping.
They've taken you out. Now, let me stress here. They took your children away, and they have not been returned. Now, I'm dealing with Donna Taylor, who's the mother of the first kid shot at Columbine, Mark Taylor, and they put him back in the hospital and back on drugs again. So they're silencing him. Your children have been taken away from you, and you charged, and they keep putting off the trials. Tell us what happened.
Okay, well, it started back in San Diego, of course, when I got involved with what I did. I mean, after I exposed the sex trafficking ring, instantly, overnight, they turned me into Osama bin Laden. I mean, it was very clever how the media and both sides, so-called sides of all of these controlled opposition, groups work together with extremely far-reaching tentacles. I mean, I was in San Diego, and people from Rhode Island heard they need to stay away from me. They started calling like police or mental institutions, asking for well check appointments at my house. People would beat me up and follow me around and then claim that I was doing that to them. They started filing false reports with CPS. So pretty much every day I was getting visited by somebody. I ended up getting shot at, and police coming to my door live on the air. So this is not only can you hear audio, I had my video camera, you can see it with your own eyes, burning me with their stupid little laser weapons. put me in a wheelchair, and it became apparent that I was not going to get out of there alive. So I pulled my children out of school. But that was when they passed that 777 thing. I decided to homeschool, and we decided we better go find some quiet little place in the country and get the heck away from there, in which we did, but we were still followed, and apparently the job was not done. So basically the same thing occurred over here. I mean, people I didn't even know started filing the same types of reports, people that worked in the county, but they moved in right next to me, and that was a really interesting situation. I pretty much became surrounded here as well.
Where's here now?
I live in the Ozarks.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's pretty much what happened. So D-Day, what actually happened was I was once again on my show, minding my own business, Dr. Betty Martini, and cops came to the door and let themselves in, beat me up, took my children, and that was April 12, 2010. They sent my children out of state. They put them in Boys and Girls Town, and we know how lovely that place is, and then sent them out of state last August, over a year ago. So completely mutilated my family. I'm being charged with, the funny thing about it is that nothing is clear, because first they made up this big cover story. Southern Poverty Law Center was the first on the scene. Oh, yay, we finally found this really dangerous person. I can't believe she made it out of our sights. And, just turned me into, once again, had to rehash the Osama bin Laden stuff. I was in jail for 3 days at the time while this was going on in the news, completely ostracizing me from the community. And the thing was, I never really got out and met anyone in the community because I was so scared because of all the, previous demonization. And I knew I was just a phone call away, or somebody Googles my name, I go look for a job, or I meet people and they totally love me, and then they Google my name and see all of that slander, and it's like, oh, wow, we better stay away from her. Hey, they'll end up getting phone calls or things like that. We were pretty much here completely alone, no local support or anything. So their first story was that I tied up my children and locked them out in the woods. So that was 2 felony abuse charges, 2 felony neglect charges, and then I guess when you get beat up in your own home with a cop who does not have a warrant or probable cause, or no investigation conducted, it's now called resisting arrest. And then later 2 charges were filed, 2 more abuse charges were filed because they said, oops, you didn't lock them out, you locked them in. Well, June 4th, 2010, so this happened April, May, June, so 2 months later, the people involved in that testified that none of that ever happened, that there was no way. I mean, they not only testified that I did not do what they said I did, they said that it could not have happened. They admitted that it could not have happened. They admitted that my children said none of that happened. So then they kind of turned it around to me being anti-government, and then homeschooling turned into educational neglect, and not going to doctors, taking drugs, educating my children about vaccines, fluoride, etc., turned into medical neglect. Where it gets even more interesting, and I'll try to find a link here so you can see it with your own eyes, but the charges, what they actually charged me with, if you actually read the code, if you look it up and look at what the codes are in their words, they're pretty much pedophile, like sex offender charges. So they're saying I either inflicted cruel and inhumane punishment, or basically tried to rape or photograph my children in inappropriate manners, or had them, I guess, I coerced them to get involved with selling or processing drugs. So, okay, here's one link I'm going to put here in the text chat, and these are, you can scroll down past the videos, and you can see the intake paperwork with your own eyes, where they admit, I mean, this is the intake paperwork, I'll read it. It says, are children fearful of parent or caretaker or other family members or other people living in or having access to the home? No. Are the children's physical living conditions are hazardous and immediately threatening? No. Sexual abuse is suspected and circumstances suggest children may be an immediate concern? No. Caretakers maltreatment history, blah, blah, blah? No. And then another page, I'm just going to post the link in here, okay, and you can see it with your own eyes. And then I'm still trying to find the link with the actual verbiage, the words of what they're actually charging me with. But it's pretty much, you know, sex offender charges. So that, of course, will ensure that, because they have this, I guess,
when you go to that page, the Truth Brigade Radio, that's yours, right?
Yes, that's the forum. The main site's truthbrigade.com, truthbrigade.org.
Where do you find that story here?
Which one?
The one you were just talking about. You just said.
Oh, I just posted it. It's at truthbrigade.org. You can. It's a forum, so you can go into the general discussions, and it's under personal muses, rants, and blogs.
General discussions.
Or you can just Google it, because it's also on my blog spot, and you know, you can always just Google my name and child abuse
I see general discussions, big pharma, inner development, abuse of power, conspiracies, and cover-ups.
Yeah, so it's in the personal muses, rants, and blogs section.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm still looking for the link that has the actual codes and words of what specifically they're charging me with.
Are you being charged for this back in? We've got a little bit of an echo here. Are you being charged with this back in the Ozarks?
Yeah. Yeah, this is where it happened. Taney County, to be specific, which is, this is kind of interesting about Taney County. You know, the average prison population, or those within the system, are 1 in 100. In our county, it's 1 in 31 or 1 in 32.
What state? What state?
Missouri.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not Arkansas, but you know, the Southern Poverty. Tell me what role the Southern Poverty Law is playing, because it's Southern Poverty Law that told you I claimed I could start the militia. They just don't mention that we did it in the governor's office.
Oh, as far as I know, their role is pretty much just to demonize me, to discredit everything I say. I mean, they completely denied the sex trafficking rings were going on. You know, who else was the Southern? Yeah, they're the ones that do that hate watch or something. Yeah. Casey Sanchez, I guess, was the writer who was given all of the evidence. In fact, what's really funny about it is they have taken active role in covering up the murders and rapes on the border. They say blatantly, you can see on their site, that none of this ever occurred. This must just be, you know, some pure delusions. This girl's just making it up for no reason. But see, after this happened initially, that was the first time they raided my house. They stole my computers, they stole my videos, they stole, you know, all media, anything media related. Including my children's computer. Fortunately, at the time, I had just got the video camera, and I didn't even know how to use it, really. So I had given it to someone who did know how to burn, I guess, discs off of the tapes. So shortly after this happened, I was given discs of, you know, even before I got my computer back. It took 9 months. But initially it was kind of scary, because here they are saying I'm making up all these stories, and it's like, dude, it's on video, you know, and I couldn't I couldn't prove it. So that was pretty cool that I didn't know how to work the camera and ended up with discs about it anyways. So there were copies of copies of copies going around on the internet. Of course, they would shut down my YouTube site, which they did over a dozen times. You know, but that's pretty much okay, here's the link right here with the actual words, the codes of the charges, what they're charging me with, if you're interested in reading it with your own eyes. But it's pretty scary. You know what? I don't know. It's actually kind of funny. They need a whole army to try to take me down with a bunch of lies. Quite silly, but that just shows how desperate they are.
Every time I go to that stage, we got so many things to choose from. I can't find what you're talking about. I don't think anybody else can. So.
Do you see the link right there that was? I see. It's not giving you the full link. Okay, I just noticed that. So I'm going to put it here in your Skype. I didn't realize that. I wonder why.
That's all right. That's all right.
Okay, so there's that one. That's the one with the charges. And the one that I was looking for before, I'll post that in your Skype. I don't know where else we can post them, but that's right here. So there's the two links I sent you.
Okay, well, I'll put those on different chat rooms. I've got other chat rooms up there. So
yeah, maybe it'll work in the other chat room.
It'll work
that's
in
so
that
weird.
Chat room. And let's see if it's about this one. Let's see about this one here. I am a multitasking expert, but...
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know it was erasing the links. Oh, I see. If you look at... Oh, but it won't let you copy and paste it either.
Well, yeah, but I copy and pasted from the other thing, so now it should work.
Well, I'm looking... Okay, yeah, maybe in the other chat, the one... Okay, I see it in that one chat. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but the other one, it just like cuts off the end and you try to copy it to paste it and it's not actually allowing you to copy it. So that's kind of a bummer. Oh well.
Oh well.
Okay, so I see it working in the chat on Blog Talk, so perfect. Or you know what, I could post them in my chat as well. That's over at truthbrigade.com. I don't know if that'll help, because you don't have to log in or sign up or anything like that.
Now, let's see. We've got about 10 minutes left, and what they put the trial off. What charges are they trying to try you on right now?
Felony child abuse, felony neglect, and felony resisting arrest. And the articles are pretty misleading. It's actually, they say that this is the second time trial has been set back, and that's a lie. It's actually the 7th time. I was supposed to go to trial last October 7th. Then it was supposed to be November 4th. Then it was supposed to be Valentine's Day, February 14th. Then it was supposed to be March 23rd. Then it was supposed to be, I can't remember the date in June, but it's all listed in my paperwork because I filed a whole bunch of bar complaints. And then, yeah, so that was the 7th time that I was supposed to go to trial. Each time they have kicked me out. They have refused to address any of my motions. See, initially, they appointed one of their guys to represent me. He didn't speak with me at all, so I decided to fire him and proceed sui juris. They did not allow me to do that. I filed 11 different motions, which they completely ignored. I was there every month in front of the judge and told him, I'm ready to go. Why aren't you? Prosecutor would completely ignore me. Judge could care less. They've been suppressing the evidence of the testimony in the other court where they admitted that none of these things happened. In fact, they completely redacted the reports that they wrote. It's on their letterhead, it's in their name, and those people were on the stand and said that they never wrote such things, never said such things in their life. Interestingly enough, the first 3 articles and news videos that were there, and Southern Poverty Law Center was involved with that. They all disappeared online. Links are dead. They just don't exist anymore, except for those of us who copied them. Yeah, they're just kind of stringing me along. So it was March where Judge Orr demanded, oh, you're gonna have to take one of our lawyers, blah, blah, blah. And I'm pretty much in the same situation again, where I'm forced to take one of those guys who will not communicate with me about what's going. He doesn't even know what's going on in the case. I had to file motions for discovery. He gave the lawyer, maybe a third of it, and is also, as well as the courts, withholding evidence. So he doesn't even know what's going on and doesn't understand why I'm so frustrated the couple times I have been able to talk to him. But I'm positive it's because they want me to shut up. They don't want anyone to hear me, so they figure, if they force me to give up my rights, which, is not something that I have done intentionally. I've begged. I want to go alone now. I'm ready for trial now. Where are these stupid witnesses? Can you please at least tell me exactly what I did? And by the way, if you give us these transcripts, then it proves all of this is a total sham. But now I'm in a position where they're making, they won't let me speak, and they're having this other guy who doesn't know anything about it. In fact, he knows so little about it, he doesn't even know what to ask for. So it's kind of interesting what's going on, but I guess I'm scheduled for trial again this October. Only, it's only a year and a half later. My family is completely mutilated and destroyed, and I'm the big bad wolf, and here we are today.
It's amazing that you've held up this way. Do you have any support there?
Not really. I mean, like I said, we didn't know anyone here. We had no family. We had no friends. We were living out in the country, terrified of going out in public because what they have been doing to us since 2006. But recently, I mean, I'd say within the last, let's see, we're in September now, so within the last 7 months or so, I've been going out and meeting people within the community. So I do have friends now. I finally was hired, given a job, so I have, a couple friends at work and, some of the local musicians and stuff, but at the same time, it's still, it's the same thing. People love me until they go Google my name, and then they're like, oh my gosh, she's a crazy terrorist, child abuser, building bomber, shooting helicopters out of the sky, CIA plans, really weird things like that. But, that really doesn't happen as much as it used to, thankfully. I guess I've finally met a community of people that, judge me based on what they see and know and love, and so I have finally made headway within a social life support network group, what have you. So I'm no longer completely ostracized, which is wonderful. I mean, and you can see, because a lot of people posted in the crazy little articles they've been writing, 30-something comments. So I do have a bit of a support around here now, and I'm certainly thankful for that. But as far as family or legal support or anything like that, it's certainly zilch.
Well,
lots of love, though.
tell you what we're going to do here. I'm going to copy all of those, and we'll put that up on the website. So,
yeah, there's plenty more, if you'd like me to post them for you, that show the whole thing from beginning to end. All of the documents, by the way, all of the motions I've filed, everything we have is posted on the site. We made a whole site here, or at least a link to it, based on, I have truthbrigade.com, and this is truthbrigade.com/leave Christie alone. So I'm posting this right here in Skype. And that's, there's a ton of information there, so I'll just get the direct
You give me
links.
everything that you can, and I will post all of that up on today's guest. I want people to understand what's happening here. And this event I'm trying to put together, it together with the sheriff here. And so if we don't win some of the law enforcement on our side, that's why I'm a member of Oath Keepers and all that. Not that I trust the organization, but, I know honest cops.
Yeah, there's letters of support there from people who actually do know us. There's affidavits from people who actually do know us. I mean, you'll find everything about the case at each of these links I'm sending you. So there's also a whole album of photos, my children before and after. I also set up a YouTube page that you can hear. I taped all of the phone calls with these baby snatchers, so you can hear with your own ears what's really going on. I know there's lots of rumors that, oh, she gave up her children, she doesn't care, and it's like, all you have to do is search my name and look and see with your own eyes. Motions are filed. I've put up as much of a fight as I can, but I'm just a dumb little girl that nobody cares about and doesn't have money and clout and all of those things. I speak too much. They can't pay me to shut up like they've offered to multiple times, nor am I recruitable, which is another thing they've attempted multiple times. But there's the YouTube page, and you can hear the phone calls with the workers, their supervisors, the judge, etc.
Well,
And
that
for yourself.
That in this show will be up and on my site in Free American here.
Awesome, thank you so much.
10 minutes after the show is over, along with the videos that will go up on YouTube. And so anything, one of the things that's important about what I do with this show is bringing people like you to their attention and to the attention of the people, so they don't have the distorted view, Clay Douglas started a militia, yeah, sure did. And we're going to do more. And I would like to have you speak here 11/11/11. Your trial will be over, and hopefully everything will go in your favor. We'll try to do that. I'll include you in the next story that we're doing about the illegal situation. And I'll be doing that for Veterans Today, and all of this information will go up there too.
Awesome. I appreciate that. I mean, getting it out there is pretty important, because they do a pretty good job at keeping it quiet.
All right. Well, it's on the Free American, folks. ChristieCzajkowski. Click on her name. You'll hear the whole show, and all of the links will be there on the Free American. Go there and buy some books. I've been doing this for 20 years. The whole stories in Mystery Babylon, the New World Order Unveiled. There, by the way, the government's behind the drug trafficking too. Christie, thank you for being with me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right,
Appreciate you.
All right. That's it.